Next we have this fantastic series of contrasts that Romeo uses between black and white, and he wants to contrast the whiteness and purity and beauty of Juliet to Rosaline, who now becomes forgotten. So let's read you what my guide has to say about this. Although Romeo celebrates Juliet's beauty, the imagery is also full of warnings of fate. Her beauty makes the torches burn brighter because she is so bright. But comparing her to a torch's light also invites us to associate her with a flame, which will of course burn too brightly and then die. So it foreshadows her early death. Juliet is exotic, like a rich Ethiopian in Juliet is also exotic, like a rich Ethiopian in Elizabethan London. But the Ethiopian is also racially different and therefore a symbol of conflict, of not fitting in. And this is a clue that Romeo and Juliet's marriage is not going to fit into their society. Shakespeare loved this kind of imagery and in fact turns to it to create a whole play, Othello, where he introduces a black lead character who's married to a white woman and then, through the exploitation of racism in society, is duped into believing that Desdemona, his wife, has been unfaithful to him, and he actually ends up killing her. Sorry about that if you didn't know. But when Shakespeare chooses this image of Juliet as the pearl on the black skin of an Ethiopian, he's not just doing that to contrast white and black. He has these racial differences and the prejudice around them uppermost in his mind. It's amazingly cool, isn't it? Shakespeare, over 400 years ago, campaigning against racial prejudice. I find that inspirational anyway. Now, the idea that her beauty is too dear for earth implies that she's obviously going to find a home in heaven, therefore foreshadowing Juliet's death. The dove is also chosen because it rhymes with love and symbolises the purity of love. But snowy doesn't just imply whiteness. It's also cold and wintry and implies death. So too does the symbolism of being surrounded by crows. Romeo means it to show how ugly all the other dancing women are, compared to Juliet. But the symbolism of the crows depends on their blackness. Here it's not a racial difference, it's a symbol of death and decay. So all the language that Romeo uses to describe Juliet also serves as a warning to his own unconscious mind that she is going to die as a result of Romeo's decision to meet her. So here Shakespeare introduces the idea that the tragedy is Romeo's fault. And if you'd like to get much better at Romeo and Juliet without buying my guide, click on one of the videos appearing somewhere up there or there. See you soon on my channel.